It's about asking questions that other people don't ask. And I also think it's important because this is basically doing qualitative and quantitative market research. Although in this instance, the qual is likely heavier on what you have already determined internally or what you know to be news to your audience. And so I think the quantitative piece matters more. The reason that you still need data here, though, is you don't want it to just be like, hey, it's me, Neetha, I have this great idea. Isn't this cool? Because while I'd like to believe that my word alone is enough for most, it's just not going to be. Like, people want to see data. And if they're interested in it, they're going to want to go fact check whatever it is you're telling them. So you're better off. And as we showed in some of the insights earlier in this talk, the insights are really part of what are going to move those buyers and executives and other people that you want to communicate with in future. So take the time to explore questions that might be related to the barriers your audience is facing in solving its own problem. So you're tying this market research back to your insight into a solution that can really help your customers. A third option, which I've also had great success with, is using public sources of data. Governments, particularly in the United States, if you are based here or if you're selling into this market, have a ton of data. And if you're in financial services, which I have spent a fair amount of time in over the years, for example, the Federal Reserve or the Small Business Administration have a lot of data that is publicly available. You do, of course, have to source it and credit them, but it's available to anyone. So you can either use insights that they've already packaged up, or oftentimes there's raw data and you could have your own team analyze it and see how it backs up the insight that you are wanting to highlight. A fourth option, you can partner with an aligned stakeholder. Maybe it's someone with a unique data set or a novel set of customers. Those customers might be a source of the market insights. I've seen some really interesting partnerships, including in this talk. We had two examples earlier of organizations that have partnered with an aligned stakeholder. The third step in the executional piece is getting the word out. This is a lengthy one because if you're going to do all of this work and you have amassed data to back up your case, you got to get the word out. Otherwise, does it even matter? First thing to figure out is who will be the spokesperson, who will get the word out. They need to be long-term in alignment with your company. They need to be credible, and they need to care about the success of this work. So hopefully this is an insight that excites that person too, because I think it'd be really difficult to be the advocate, the face of this, and not really care about what you're trying to teach the customers.